What is up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another full card breakdown. This for UFC 299, O'Malley versus Vera, and this is going to be a great fight card. This is a well put together fight card. The matchmakers did their job. You got Kevin Holland given MVP his first fight in the UFC, and that's a great style matchup. Jack Della versus Gilbert Burns is a great style matchup. We got the return of or the rematch of Vera versus Sean O'Malley. That's going to be a good one. And just the whole main card. I mean, Yadong Song versus Petr Yan. Come on, man. This card is loaded. Everybody, if this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. I need to get them subscribers up. I'm trying to get to 4,000 by the end of April. And I'm at about like 3,500 or something right now. Please hit the like button. Help drop a comment. Put a W, help the algorithm, anything to help my channel grow, man. I'll put so much time and effort into this. I really want this channel to grow. So everybody, before we get into everything, we're going to do a quick recap of the last two cards because I didn't get to make a video last week. There was only like 9 fights. I was behind, and then they just kept adding fights, and I didn't have time to go back and do the research and stuff. So I just did the breakdown on the live show on Defend Your Units. But I'm going to recap both of them weeks, and then we'll get right into UFC 299 info. So UFC Mexico from 2 weeks ago, I went 4-1 for plus 5.9 units. That was my third winning week in a row. Put me up over 19 units for them 3 weeks. My 4 winning bets, I had Manuel Torres for plus 2.5 units. Man, he looked good. He's going to be a problem. He's definitely going to be a problem. Second winning bet was Huber versus Prado over 2.5 for plus 2.5 units. Third winning bet was my perfect storm. The Blood Money perfect storm bet was Charez versus Lercedo under 1.5 rounds for plus 2 units. And then I also had Dos Santos and Naimov for plus 2.5 units. Dos Santos fight was super close. My one losing bet was Naimov Marino. That kept me from the perfect sweep, from being up units on the year and just a whole bunch of stuff. And, you know, split decision, close fight. Moreno did not look the greatest. Lost 3.6 units on that, but 4-1 for plus 5.9 units. And that was a good card. You know, I had fun on that card. I thought the card was fun. And then we moved on to this next card, which last night, you know, that was a very risky card. I'm glad that I was able to pretty much stay away from it, you know, because it was just tough. If I would have went with the 5 bets that I was planning on having, which I would have ended up losing over 4 units, but I said, I'm just going to keep it simple, stupid. That's what I told myself. Don't try to be sharp. Sometimes it's better to just be smart and not make the bets than to try to be sharp, you know, and hit them. So 2-1. I felt I liked my bets. I had in 2-1 yesterday for plus 2.8 units. That's 4-week winning streak and up over 21 units for them 4 weeks. My 2 winning bets, I had Eric Anders parlayed with Steve Erceg in that first round for Anders. Jesus, man. Sometimes he comes in and just looks great, and he's real muscled up and huge. And then sometimes he comes in like he did yesterday, and he's not as big, not as muscled up, and he's like stuck in quicksand, man. But he got dropped in the first round. I was like, holy crap. But then came back and showed that he was the better fighter throughout the 15 minutes, got us that win. Erceg looked like a beast, man. That left hook was sick, man. He sent Schnell to the shadow realms. So I was telling people too on the over 1.5, I'm like, you cannot trust Matt Schnell's chin. Like, it just takes one good punch every time. Second winning bet was Vitor Petrino and Eric Anders. Like I said, I used Anders to anchor the 2 plays because I thought he was better than most of these other people, the favorites, or better than his opponent. And his opponent wasn't very dangerous. Almost proved me wrong, but, you know, it went through. Your boy got the win. And I got a nice your boy shirt on the way, too. I like to support these fighters, man. If they got stuff going on, when I win something, I like to tag them on Instagram, and he got back with me, and I went. So I got a your boy shirt I'll probably be wearing next weekend for the next breakdown. But yeah, so in my only losing bet was Javid Basharat by decision. You know, that fight was close. I was at work. I couldn't really watch it. I was listening to it. So, you know, I can't really say one way or the other. I think maybe that little baby shot that he got hit with that rocked him a little bit at the end of the second, maybe stole the second for Sahabi. But like I said, I really didn't get to watch it. So that just, you know, it is what it is. But overall, you know, it was a fun card. I watched most of it. I didn't even, when I got home from work, I left at 4:30 in the morning. When I got home at 6:15, I believe, right when I pulled in my driveway, Petrino had just won, sealed off a winning night. So I was super happy about that, man. And like like I said, I played it smart. If I would have went the other way and tried to put all 5 of my bets in, I definitely would have came out down units, you know, just trying to be sharp. But I didn't feel the need for that. So, but yeah. Before we get into this breakdown of UFC 299 with all these awesome fights and the awesome picks I'm gonna give you, everybody, if you want to get my bets early, if you want to beat the line movement with me, if you want to get my extra content and easiest way to get a hold of me and stuff, it's the Layer Cake Patreon. It's $10 a month. That's where you're going to get all my early bets. I place them the second I place them. I put pictures up for everybody. Everybody gets the notifications right away. You're going to beat the line movement with me. All kinds of stuff. I put in my 10 best bets in order of confidence. I put in my layer cake parlay. I'll put in prop bets that I like, which none of them hit yesterday because no props hit yesterday. Most of the fights did not go the way most people thought, including me. So I just got lucky. I stayed away from it. But yeah, the link is in the description. Layer Cake Patreon, Blood Money Patreon. And I'm telling you, you know, that's where the line movement that we beat in there is crazy. And most of the time, it's going to be the difference between you getting to money line bet a bet or you having to parlay that bet because the line got too high. So there's a lot of perks to it. So Blood Money MMA Layer Cake Parlay, or the Layer Cake Patreon. I'm so sorry. The link's in the description. Next is the Face Meat Fist, man. At facemeatfist.com, links in the description. He has all kinds of cool shirts, MMA stuff from other MMA fighters. I'm on there under sponsors, and that's where you're going to get this clean Blood Money shirt. Come on, man. Look how clean that is. It just looks nice. You know, I got some for my girl. I'm getting some for baby blood. But yeah, man, this is one of the premium sweatshirts in white. You don't have to get no premium nothing, but they're really nice. There's a bunch of stuff in there, tumblers, all different kinds of stuff, shirts, different cool stuff. And then Johnny K is going to have stuff on there. And then our new Defend Your Unit stuff will be there. Also, I have a partnership with Underdog Fantasy. So if you want to sign up for that and use my promo code Blood Money or the link in the description, then you'll be able to get a 100% sign up bonus up to $100. And if it's your first time signing up, take a picture of your deposit bonus and send it to me on Instagram or Twitter. And I will put you in the contest for these next 5 autograph cards. Actually, I'll probably put that out tonight or tomorrow, and it would be after UFC 301. But Underdog Fantasy, you go there, you can do MMA pick'ems. We're over under on finishes, over under on strikes landed and stuff like that. It's a really cool app. It's fun for some fantasy sports. And last but not least, check out Defend Your Units on Wednesday nights. It's a new time. Wednesday night, Baby Blood starting jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, actually. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday during the day, I have to do that. And then Wednesday night, I can do it. So Defend Your Units, man. Check it out. And last thing, the Blood Money giveaway. This shirt's crispy. I'm going to give away a short sleeve, nice shirt, whatever color you want. I get it sent right to you in whatever size you want. Drop your best 3-fight parlay, right? That has the odds with it. You can use props, you can use regular bets, whatever, but drop the 3 fights with the line, the odds that it pays. So if there's any tiebreakers, it'll be, if somebody has the same one, it'll be whoever dropped it first. But yeah, your best 3-fight parlay, what it pays, whoever hits is going to get a Blood Money MMA shirt sent to them. So yeah, man, get some cool gear. It's going to be a good time for sure. So let's get into UFC 299, O'Malley versus Vera. And the first fight that I have on this is going to be Philipe Lins versus Ian Cutelaba. Philipe Lins is 17-5. I haven't seen no odds for this actually, but he's 17-5, 38 years old, 6'2" with a 78-inch reach. Ian Cutelaba is 17-9-1. 30 years old, 6'1" with a 75-inch reach. And I believe last time Lins was about plus 120 when it closed, when they was going to fight the day of. And it got canceled the day of the fight. So this is going to be a good fight. It's another unpredictable fight, though. Like, I liked it before. I had Lins bet before. But, you know, the more I think about it, it's just going to be like the Rodolfo Vieira versus Arman Petrosian, where I just stayed away from it the second time. I had a bet on that the first time, and it was Petrosian, and luckily I got out of that. But Philipe Lins is a big, strong dude. He's been fighting at 205. This is fourth fight at 205 now. Yes, fourth fight at 205. And he's been looking good. He looks a lot more aggressive at 205 than he did at heavyweight. He came down here and beat up Marcin Prachnio, you know, in a good, tough fight. And we see Prachnio's a decent fighter. He's a decent fighter at 205. Everybody faded him last time, but he's well-rounded. Ovin St. Preux, he came out and showed that he has power in both hands, lit him up. was hitting him with these big shots while switching stances during it, and just looked really good. But it's the ghost of Oleksijczuk. And then you got Maxime Grisham, where he looked really good in that fight, landed some big shots, took some big shots, was able to clinch him a lot, landed a couple takedowns, and showed really good cardio and really good toughness. He's going to be fighting Ion Cutelaba, man, who has some of the worst fight IQ in the game. That's why I just cannot back this dude ever. He really has some of the worst fight IQ in the game. Go watch him fight in Jokoanu, where Kennedy, I say his name wrong, and Jekawu, where he drills him in the first 10 seconds and then immediately starts shooting takedowns after he has him covered up and he's just laying in on him and immediately shoots a takedown. But he does have good power in both hands. He will throw that heat, but he really doesn't one-punch knock guys out. He really wants to throw that heat, hurt you, and then shoot on you, man. If he can take you down, hold you down, and beat you up and pound you out in that first round, then he's going to beat you, man. You see all these people he's beating up in the first round. Tanner Boser, besides Devin Clark, but we've seen Devin Clark comes out and is flat. He won't fight people sometimes. Khalil Roundtree, Antigulov, he took Roundtree down and just beat him up with elbows, and Roundtree has no ground game. But he is tough, man. He's explosive. He's very dangerous. He's got good ground and pound, but he's only dangerous for like the first 6 minutes. After that, it looks like he loses all of his explosion. He loses self-confidence. Everything, man. So I'm going to take Philipe Lins here. I think Philipe Lins is going to be a little bit more well-rounded, have a little bit better striking. He has better cardio, and as long as he doesn't the big thing is he has good offensive wrestling, and he's a high-level black belt. So even if Cutelaba is able to land some takedowns, which is going to be tough to get down, Lins will survive. Lins will get up, keep working on him. Cutelaba is going to keep taking him down because he doesn't want to strike with anybody, and then he's going to gas. And Philipe Lins is going to get that third-round finish or decision. So give me Philipe Lins. And I'm interested to see what the lines look like. If Cutelaba comes back out as a favorite, we'll see. Next fight is in the women's flyweight division. This is a rematch between Joanne Wood and Mayra Moroz. Sorry, I'm having trouble with the names today. But yeah, these guys fought maybe about 9 years ago, and Moroz was able to get the armbar there. But Joanne JoJo Calderwood, she's got she's 16-8. Currently sitting at plus 165, 38 years old, 5'6" with a 65.5-inch reach. Moroz is 11-5, currently sitting at minus 232 years old, 5'7" with a 67-inch reach. And Wood, she's getting a little older. She's up there. She's 38 years old. She's got good Muay Thai, but it's definitely slowing down. She's very tough. She's got good kicks. She's got good clinch, elbows, and knees. Decent offensive and defensive grappling. She really doesn't. Most people don't come out and just dominate her there. But she's just getting old. She's getting slow. She's still tough. She's still durable. But she really, she won that fight against Juana Carolina because it stayed a striking match the whole time. But it was very close, and she just did not look good. Moroz, she's been looking good lately. She did get beat up in her last 2 fights. Karini Silva, she took her down. She took Silva down, was doing pretty good, and then Silva, it only took her 8 seconds to snatch up that guillotine. It was crazy. 10 seconds left. She's just got her arm over there on the side and then just reaches it underneath and gets it. Karini Silva is a bad mofo. The loss to Jennifer Maia, did not look good. She got boxed up on the feet, but Jennifer Maia's got really good boxing, and she's just really well-rounded. This is going to be a good fight. Moroz has good boxing. She's the Iron Lady. She comes from a boxing background. But she also has pretty decent wrestling, but good jiu-jitsu. Good toughness, good cardio. This is going to be a really, really, really good fight. I don't think Moroz should be minus 200. I think this should be more close to like pick 'em, to be honest, because I think most of the fight's going to stay standing. Joanne Wood's got pretty good ground game. But in the moments of the clinch, and maybe a takedown or two, I'm going to take Moroz. And plus, since Joanne Wood's been looking terrible and slowing down, I'm going to take Moroz. But you guys know me, I'm not betting that fight. I'm staying far away from that fight. Next fight is in the men's heavyweight division. We got Robelis Despaigne versus Josh Parisian. Despaigne is 4-0. Currently sitting at minus 420, 35 years old, 6'7" with the 87-inch reach. This dude is a monster. Josh Parisian, 15-7, currently sitting at plus 310, 34 years old, 6'4" with the 79-inch reach. And Despaigne is a Taekwondo bronze medalist from the Olympics. This dude is huge, man, and he's agile. He throws power in both hands. He throws power in both legs, and he's very, very agile with them legs, very athletic. He's got KO power in both of them legs for head kicks. And then his punches are crazy, man. They come from halfway across the octagon, and then they hit you. His right hand is just deadly, man. That's what he's knocking these dudes dead. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 12 seconds, and 4 minutes and 54 seconds. I watched all his fights because you know what I mean? It only took me 5 minutes, 12 seconds. But The first fight, man, against this Malumba, he was held against the cage for like 4.5 minutes of that fight because the guy really didn't want to strike with him. So he was easily held against cage. But when he got off, it looked like he had pretty decent cardio. It stayed there, and then he hit the dude with one big right uppercut, and it was over. So, man, it's unknown about any of his grappling. His takedown defense looked good. The dude he fought there was a pretty big, muscular dude, and he couldn't take him down. I don't know how good that guy's wrestling was. But Josh Parisian don't have good wrestling. You know, Josh Parisian's not really that good. He's a sloppy ass heavyweight, bad wrestling. But if you can get on top, he's actually pretty dangerous, as Alan Badeau, who's probably not in the UFC anymore, could tell you. You know, he's pretty dangerous. But he lost to Roque Martinez. He should be 1-5 in his last 6, and they're not really the good people. His losses: Parker Porter should have been Roque Martinez, Pogues, Boudet. So he's just, you know, sloppy striking, got some decent spinning stuff, and then if he can get on top, he's good. But he doesn't like to get hit, and he's just not great anywhere. I'm going to take Despaigne. I'm going to say that Despaigne hits him with one of them right hook, uppercut, straight, something from across the octagon, about 87 inches away, and knock out Josh Parisian. I'm not backing Josh Parisian. You're not going to find me backing Josh Parisian. You're not going to find me backing this other dude either, because minus 400, unproven, and he's fighting a guy that does have a bunch of experience. So if he doesn't knock him out, this gets to the second round, Parisian definitely has a chance. So I'll be staying away from it. There's better fights to pick on this one. Next fight is in the men's middleweight division. We got Michel Pereira versus Michal Oleksijczuk, the battle of the Michel and Michal. Should just be Michael, right? No, but all right, man. Michel Pereira is 29-11, currently sitting at minus 140, 30 years old, 6'1" with a 73-inch reach. Michal is 19-6, currently sitting at plus 115, 29 years old, 6 foot with a 74-inch reach. So you see, everything's about equal. Michal has a 1-inch reach advantage, and Michel has a 1-inch height advantage. Michel Pereira, man, he's a phenomenal striker. He's got excellent movement, excellent feints. He's throwing punches with both hands. He's throwing kicks with both legs. He's using his front kicks, teeps to the body, all kinds of stuff, man. He's pretty active. He's very active in the first round. Has good speed on his punches too, and has pretty good power. It's not knockout power unless you're Petrovsky and you get hit once and then you just give up. But because before that he wasn't even knocking out Andre Fiallo. So you know what I mean? Everybody else has knocked out Andre Fiallo besides Michel Pereira. But first Petrovsky, he looked good. Got that. It was a short notice fight, and he just hit him with a straight punch. Petrovsky literally went to the ground and turtled up. But other than that, in his other fights, he's looked decent down in 170s, up at 185 now. But Ponzinibbio, that fight was very close. Like I said, Fiallo, that fight was very close too. He lost the first round and then came back. Fiallo was on short notice, and he was able to come back and get the decision there. Nico Price, he almost got beat there. Chaos Williams, I didn't think he beat Chaos Williams. And then he had them bad fights earlier in his career. He does have pretty decent offensive and defensive wrestling, especially in the first round and a half. But I mean, more defensive. He doesn't use his offensive wrestling too much. But in this fight, he may want to try, but I don't know if it's going to work because Michal's been showing excellent wrestling defense himself, unless he's fighting Kyle Barlow. But Michal Oleksijczuk is a UFC vet, man. This guy has great boxing. He has phenomenal forward pressure. He's always in your face. He's punching you to the face. He works the body well with uppercuts, straight punches. You've seen in his last fight, fighting a guy kind of similar to this, and Chidi and Njokuanu, who's actually bigger than Michel Pereira. And to me, has more diverse striking. Maybe not as much heart, but definitely more diverse striking. And he took some big knees from Chidi in the clinch, knees to the body, knees to the head. He took some big punches, and he was able to take that and then just keep putting that pressure on Chidi, and then he dropped Chidi, and then finished him with ground and pound. The fight before that, he was busting Kyle Barallo up in the first round, was doing good in the second until Barallo finally landed a takedown, which we know Barallo's got good wrestling and excellent jiu-jitsu, where he's able to get the rear naked choke. But before that, and since he's dropped down to 185, he's looked good. I mean, he fought Sam Alvey, knocked him out. Not most people knocking out Sam Alvey. They're going to boring decisions. Cody Brundage, he was taken down. He survived on the ground with Brundage, reversed him, and then punched him into outer space. And then, like I said, the Barallo fight was tough. But even that, before that, when he fought Dustin Jacoby up at 205, that was an excellent fight. And Jacoby, that went down to the third round, man, and was very, very close. And Jacoby's, he doesn't have the movement and as much feints as Pereira, but to me, he's a better striker than Michel Pereira. But this is going to be a good fight. I'm taking Michal Oleksijczuk here. I'm going to be honest, I got a bet on him. I like him a lot. He has the style to beat Michel Pereira. Here's the reason. Michel's been fighting a lot of people a lot smaller than him, 5'10", 5'11", 5'9", like not as big guys. And Michel Oleksijczuk is actually his size with the longer reach. And the thing is Michel has the boxing style, the forward pressure boxing, where he just stays in Pereira's face. And that's the exact style to beat him, man, because he's not going to be out at range letting Pereira hit him with body kicks, do all this. For the first 3 minutes, Pereira's going to be fast, move around, but he always slows down as the fight goes and gets more stationary and hittable. Michel's going to be dropping shots to the body, hitting him in the head, just keeping that forward pressure on. And the first round's going to be tough. I'm going to give Michel that. The first round's going to be tough, but Michel's going to survive it. He's going to land his own shots, maybe even be able to land a takedown or something. He's been wrestling more in the fights that he's won. And then by the second round, I think Michel slows down, man, and Michel just starts putting a pace on him because he doesn't stop. And he's better than anybody Michel Pereira has ever fought. He's fighting Nico Price and Andre Fiallo and stuff like that. Michel was up there at 205 fighting real killers, man. And he has heart. He's a junkyard dog. So unless you're going to choke him out, the way to beat Michel has never been to really just outstrike him unless you're Jacoby. And that fight was close. So I'm taking Michel here, man. I think this is the perfect style. Pressure him, stay in his face, hit him with punches, keep making him work. Slowly, Michel slows down. Second round, he starts taking over, man, especially working that body. And Michel's been fighting 170 years in the lower level of 170 years his whole career. So, yeah, man, give me Oleksijczuk, and I'm pretty high on him this week. Next fight is in the men's 155-pound division. We got Mateusz Gamrot versus Rafael dos Anjos. Gamrot's 23-2, currently sitting at -355. He's 33 years old, 5'10", with a 70.5-inch reach. Rafael dos Anjos is he's 32-15, currently sitting at +280, 39 years old, 5'8", with a 70-inch reach. So you see, Mateusz is 2 inches taller, but everything else is equal except that line at Mateusz -355, which is wild. I thought most people learned their lesson last week on these guys that are -900. Most of them are going to look -160. You know, that's just how it is in the UFC. But Mateusz Gamrot, man, sick wrestling. He uses the single leg to get all of his wrestling going, man. He'll shoot it from way out. He'll get in close, use a single leg, grab it, pick it up over his head sometimes, just an excellent single leg. And then when he gets the guys to the ground, he's got pretty good jiu-jitsu. He can take the back, hold people down. If you're Jeremy Stevens, he'll just rip your arm off in a Kimura. But for most people, you know, they got a pretty good get-up game, man. He's able to take them down, maybe get a couple seconds of controls, scrambles, and they get back up. You've seen it with Diego Ferreira, Chookagian, which is a bad mofo. Jailton Turner was able to get up a little bit. Cutelaba did it to him, and Beneil Dariush was able to get up every single time and stop most of his takedowns. But boxing's looking improved. It looked a little better against Fiziev. He didn't look, you know, ridiculous. And he's got excellent scrambles and sweeps, and he's got really good cardio and really, really good toughness, and he's got good fight IQ. He's going to stick to his game plan of just shoot, throw some punches, and just keep trying to work on you. And he's got good ground and pound, too, when he gets to fight to the ground. He's getting the veteran 39-year-old Rafael dos Anjos, man, who's a tough dude. He keeps going up and down from 170 to 155. You know, I think the 155 division suits him a little better, but he'll go up and take a different fight like Vicente Luque main event or Brian Barberina, where he fought him on a fight night. Probably took that thinking it was easy money, and it was. But against Fiziev, man, he looked good, and that was just like a year and a half ago, and he looked good in that fight. Some would say he was even winning that fight when they got to round 5. But looked good, man. Was mixing in the clinch, the grappling with the striking, because he's got good striking. Had that short notice win over Marcano, and got that split decision win over Felder. So he's 2-4 in his 2-2 in his last 4. But he's well-rounded. He's got good boxing. He's got good leg kicks. He's slower than he used to be in the striking, though. But he's got good offensive and defensive wrestling, and he's a high-level black belt. So this is going to be a really good fight. I like Dos Anjos is striking. He's going to have better striking here, but he's kind of on the lower output side. And then I got to side with Gamrot's wrestling, you know, because I've just seen Dos Santos taken down a lot in fights that he's lost by wrestlers and just get held against the cage or just get taken down and war on by like Chiesa did it to him, Usman, Colby Covington. But them were all years ago, and I get it that Mateusz Gamrot isn't on that level, but I still think that he's going to be faster and just work in the takedowns and work on Dos Anjos and slow him down, man. So I think the grappling slow him down a little bit, but I'm not betting that anyway. I'll definitely be looking at an over in that fight, but I'm not going to bet that. That fight could play out really close, and that fight could also play out as Dos Anjos wins that fight. So if he stops the wrestling and keeps it standing, because he's got really good wrestling, so he definitely has a path to victory there. Next fight is in the men's heavyweight division. We got Curtis Blaydes versus Jailton Almeida. Curtis Blaydes is 17-4, currently sitting at -110. 6'4" with the 80-inch reach. Jailton Almeida is 20-2, currently sitting at -110. 32 years old, 6'3" with the 79-inch reach. So last time these guys fought, I was on Curtis Blaydes' side at +165. This time, I watch it, and it was tough to come up with a winner this time. So Curtis Blaydes, man, I like him. He's got some of the best wrestling in the heavyweight division, definitely offensive. I tried to find some fights where he had to do any defensive wrestling, and there just isn't one. He's never fought a grappler other than Oleksij Oleinik, and what's Oleksij Oleinik going to do to Curtis Blaydes besides get ground and pounded out? So you can't really tell nothing about his defensive wrestling, but he's got excellent offensive wrestling. He's got excellent freaking ground and pound. His stand-up's very improved. You've seen where he was able to knock out Chris Dawkins. He fought with Jaron Zeno Rosenstruck standing for most of that fight. And just, his boxing's very improved, and he's got good power unless he's fighting Derek Lewis, where he was picking Derek Lewis apart that whole fight, dude, and then just ducks his head and takes a sloppy shot and wakes up in the ambulance. So, but good ground and pound, well-rounded. Very, very good experience in the UFC. He's took some losses. He's got some wins. Aspinall one really don't count, but Pavlovic got him. Lewis got him. Really, really, really big punchers are the only guys that's ever beat him. Francis Ngannou, Derek Lewis, and Sergey Pavlovic. Everybody else he's beat. Volkov, Dos Anjos, Alistair Overeem, Aberdimov. I know I didn't say that right, but he's got some good wins and he's got some losses, man. He's been KO'd four times in his career, with 3 times and one with the first Ngannou was a doctor stoppage. But he's the better fighter in this fight, more well-rounded for sure. But I don't know, man. Jailton Almeida, this dude is a wrecking ball in the grappling area, man. He throws a front kick up the middle, usually to the face, maybe throws a couple punches and really starts to get grappling. Wrestling's good. He's super strong. He's very fast. He's going to have a huge speed advantage in this fight for sure, but he's going to be about 30 pounds less heavy than Blaydes. His striking suspect for sure. We've seen against Derek Lewis that sometimes he can't get the submission, but he still had 5 rounds to go, the whole 5 rounds. He stayed out of danger of getting hit by Lewis and controlled that whole fight and dominated, In this fight, at the current odds, and that really don't have nothing to do with it. I'm going to go with Jailton Almeida. I'm going to say that he's going to be faster than Curtis Blaydes, where he's going to be able to get this fight to the ground. When they're on the ground, I think he's going to be faster than Curtis Blaydes. Like, Curtis Blaydes is a wrestler, and he's got good wrestling, and I believe that he's been holding guys down and beating dudes up and taking guys down, but I don't know how hard he's been working on his jiu-jitsu when he's never had to use it in his whole career in the UFC. I believe Jailton Almeida is going to be able to get the takedown just off pure brute strength and speed. And I do believe that he'll be able to take Curtis Blaydes back and finish him here. I think the jiu-jitsu difference is going to be way better, way bigger than the wrestling difference. So I'm taking Jailton Almeida. I'm going to take him by submission, but you know what I mean? If he can't get the submission, comes out in the second round, starts failing on takedown attempts, it's going to be a problem. So give me Jailton Almeida. But that's going to be a really good fight. It's a really good style matchup fight. Next fight is in the women's. Let's see, is in the women's flyweight division. We got Katlyn Chookagian. That's why I couldn't find it. They changed the name, but I got to call you Chookagian. I'm sorry, I didn't even see that. Katlyn Chookagian versus Maycee Barber. Katlyn Chookagian is 18-5, currently sitting at +165, 35 years old, 5'9" with the 68-inch reach. Maycee Barber is 13-2, -200, 25 years old, 5'5" with the 65-inch reach. So you see Chookagian is going to be 4 inches taller with 3 inches of reach. And Katlyn Chookagian is a long-rangey kickboxer. That's what she does. She has decent offensive and defensive wrestling, pretty good takedown defense, actually, and pretty good jiu-jitsu. But she wants to kickbox. She wants to punch, throw a lot of volume from distance, land about 32% of that volume, make a lot of noises, and win that decision. That was always the thing. Katlyn Chookagian by decision. She's been ranked high in the flyweight division for a long time, because most of the time the only people that's beaten her is like Shevchenko, Andrade, and Ferro, man. The Jessica I decision was bad, but she's got some decent wins, over Vivian Arugio, Cynthia Calvillo, Jennifer Maya again, Amanda Hebas. That fight was close, but she knows how to use that reach, the length, and the kickboxing to get these close decisions. Then you got Maycee Barber, who's in a lot of close decisions herself. A lot of them probably shouldn't have went her way, but they did. But she's been looking good lately, you know, against Amanda Hebos. She looked real good. She was just the bigger girl, more physical girl in that fight. And got the ground and pound win in the second round against Andrea Lee. I thought she lost that fight. And the weird thing is she got out wrestled by Andrea Lee. And then you see Andrea Lee's last fight where her wrestling doesn't really look all that good. And it's just kind of eye opening. It's like, what happened there? She looked good against Jessica I, used a really good clinch, strong clinch up against the cage. Same thing with De La Rosa. Was able to land big elbows and big clinch knees and just big strikes. She's got one of the best clinches in the game. And she takes off. She'll be grunting and screaming when she's landing, throwing elbows, punches, all that in the clinch. So in this fight, man, I'm taking Katlyn Chookagian. You might as well take the fight goes to split decision because both these girls go to split all the time. But I'm going to take Katlyn Chookagian, even though she's 10 years older and all that. I don't bet girls' fights. I'm taking her, though. I'm just going to say that she's better than Maycee Barber. I'm going to say that she's able to stop any wrestling that Maycee has, and then is able to win the striking battle. So give me Katlyn Chookagian at plus 165 as the big underdog. Next fight is in the men's flyweight division. Let's see. We got CJ Vergara versus Asu Almabaev. CJ is 12-4, currently sitting at plus 340, 32 years old, 5'6" with a 68-inch reach. Azu is 18-2, currently sitting at minus 440, 30 years old, 5'4" with a 65-inch reach. So you see Vergara is going to be 2 inches taller with 3 inches of reach. And CJ Vergara is a come-forward striker, man. He's always in your face. He's always coming forward. He works the body with punches and kicks really well. He's got decent leg kicks. Okay, offensive wrestling if he's fighting somebody that doesn't have the best wrestling, but he's got pretty bad defensive wrestling. I mean, you've seen against Tatsuro, which Tatsuro's a savage, right? But he was getting taken down in that fight. Klitzer Rodriguez was able to take him down and get some control time. Ode Osborne was able to land a takedown on him. And that's one of his main problems, you know. But he does have pretty decent scrambles on the ground, and he does have good ground and pound. If he gets on top, he lands some really good ground and pound against Klitzer Rodriguez. But he's a forward pressure striker, man, that's really durable, that's pretty well-rounded everywhere other than that takedown defense. But like I said, good scrambles, good get-up game, and he's super tough, and he's got good cardio, as you've seen in his fight with Daniel Lacerda, where he got kicked in the head, ran around the ring, ended up coming back and getting the win. Asu Almabaev, I watched this guy fight down in Nashville against Ode Osborne, and he looked really good, man. He's small as hell, but he's tough and he's thick. He's got really smooth wrestling. And when he gets on top, his jiu-jitsu is good, and he's very heavy on top. Like, he's controlling you. You're not getting up. You're not going anywhere, and he's just working and making you work and slowing you down. That's what he did to Ode, man. He cooked Ode, and by that second round, Ode was done, man, and he ended up getting that rear naked choke. But if you watch him on the regional scene, he's a pretty good fighter. He's got decent striking, good leg kicks. He's got a really, really powerful overhand right. That's really what he wants to throw. But powerful kicks, man. He can throw a nice head kick. He can do some spinning stuff. Slick back takes, though. This guy wants to wrestle you. He wants to get on the ground. He wants to take your back, and he wants to choke you out. It's going to be a tough fight, though, because CJ Vergara is no punk. He's tough. He's well-rounded. He's not easy to submit. I know Tatsuro was able to get him, but he actually had a reversal on Tatsuro in the first round, landed some good ground and pound, and is just a game fighter. I'm going to take Azu, but I think this fight's going to be a lot closer. I'm going to take him by sub or decision, but, man, like, minus 440, it's getting a little crazy because, like, Vergara is not a terrible fighter, and I don't know if Azu is Steve Urseg. You know how to say Urseg looked good yesterday, dude. That boxing and all that, and then the dude's got power, and then he's got the jiu-jitsu. Yeah, man, give me Azu Almabaev in that fight, but I think that line's craziness, and it's probably only going to get wider, but I kind of think it's crazy, you know. Next fight is in the men's 135-pound division. We got Pedro Munhoz versus Kyler Phillips. Pedro Munhoz is 20-8, currently sitting at plus 185, 37 years old, 5'6" with a 65-inch reach. Kyler Phillips is 11-2, currently sitting at minus 225, 28 years old, 5'8" with a 72-inch reach. And this is going to be a great fight. You got Pedro Munhoz, you know, like I said, 37 years old, a little older, but still fighting good. Had a really close fight with Marlon Vera. Some people might even say he won the first 2 rounds in that fight. Had that great win over Chris Gutierrez, was looking good against O'Malley before the eye poke. Dropped Dominic Cruz, almost finished him in the first round before Cruz was able to come back and just use that distance and range to get the win. And then Jose Aldo, you know, he's just a bigger, better version of Pedro Munhoz. Very durable, good cardio with excellent leg kicks. But this guy has phenomenal leg kicks. He's got really good boxing. He's super tough. He's never been finished in 28 fights, and he's fought the best dudes in the world. So he's going to be in there for all 3 rounds. looking to put damage on you, you know. And then you got Phillips, who's a well-rounded, explosive Muay Thai fighter, man. He's throwing crazy spinning stuff, but in his clinch with his Muay Thai knees and his Muay Thai elbows, that's what I really like. He's dangerous there. He's got good wrestling. He's very explosive. He's very fast. He's very athletic. He's got really good wrestling and good jiu-jitsu. But I feel like he slows down a little bit after like a round and a half, you know. And I don't know if he's fought anybody that's going to land leg kicks like Munhoz on him, because his style, he's very heavy on his lead leg. He's got a ton of movement, but that's the style that Pedro Munhoz can beat that leg up. And if we're going to be honest, I kind of thought that it was close, but a lot of people, I was sitting next to Phillips' father-in-law, and we kind of maybe thought that Barcelos had won that fight, you know. And when they called Phillips' name, we was pretty happy, but that fight was very, very close. And I think Pedro Munhoz is a little better than Rahani Barcelos, you know, especially at the age that these guys are at, and just with his offensive striking game. This is another tough fight, but I'm going to take Pedro Munhoz, man. I'm going to say that he's able to land some leg kicks, keep this fight close, and be tough, you know. But Kyler, if he takes Munhoz down, Munhoz is a high-level black belt guy. He's got excellent submissions. He's been in the UFC for a while. Nobody ever tries to take him down. I don't know why he doesn't ever try to use his takedowns. He's choked out like Rob Font, some other people. So Phillips is a black belt too, so it's not like if he takes him down, he's going to get choked out. But I like the scrambles of Munhoz. I don't think this fight's going to play out on the ground very much. And I think it's going to be a striking match. I think it's going to be really close. So give me the plus 185. Pedro Munhoz. Next fight is going to be freaking fun, man. This is the first fight for Michael Venom Page, MVP, and Michael Venom Page, in the UFC, man. And he couldn't get a better opponent. Kevin Holland, man, another great striker. So we got Kevin Holland's 25-10, currently sitting at minus 130, 31 years old, 6'3", with the 81-inch reach. Michael Venom Page is 21-2, currently sitting at plus 110, 36 years old, 6'3", with the 79-inch reach. So you see Holland's actually going to have 2 inches of reach on Venom Page, which I'm sure he is not used to. These dudes are the same size, same height. Reach is about the same, and Holland's a little younger. Kevin Holland's a well-rounded fighter, man. Decent offensive wrestling, kind of bad defensive wrestling, but it definitely looks better down here at 170. You see against like Chiesa and stuff. But he's a striker, man. He throws heat, man. Really only boxing, but he throws heat with both hands. He landed some really good shots on Jack Della, and Jack Della's just got a chin, man. And Jack Della's a beast. But yeah, just well-rounded black belt, throws heat. You seen him, he's got a sick Darce choke on him. He Darce choked Michael Chiesa, Darce choked Tim Means. He's got some in the 185-pound division too. He's fought tough competition his whole life, especially up at 185. Since he's came down to 170, he's looked good though. The Oliveira, the Means wins were good. Stephen Thompson, he fought dumb, used dumb fight IQ, took him down and then let him up. And that was dumb, and then ended up getting beat up for it. I know he said he broke his hand, but that was the weird thing. He said he broke his hand and quit the fight, but he fought 4 months later. Like, how do you break your hand, let that heal, and then come back and fight 4 months later and feel comfortable on it? There's no way. But he beat Ponzinibbio then, and then he got that good win over Chiesa in a very close fight with Jack Della. Michael Venom Page, man, he's been fighting in Bellator his whole career, and he's been fighting low-level guys his whole career. Super low-level guys, man. The only times he stepped up, he had very tough fights. Douglas Lima beat him when he hit that leg kick and then hit him with that uppercut, man, which was sick, and he almost did it to him again in the second fight. The second fight was very close versus Douglas Lima again, but you see in between there, he's fighting guys like Richard Kelly and Gianni Milalo and all these people, Ross Houston, you know what I mean? People that are not good. And then he fought Lima again, got the split decision, fought Logan Storley and just got taken down. And he doesn't have the best ground game at all. But luckily for him, Kevin Holland will probably not try to use it. And then the leg kick to go to Yamaguchi was sick, man. This dude, her Evangelista, Cyborg Evangelista dude, Cyborg's ex-husband, broke his head. Evangelista Santos, Cyborg Santos, broke his head with the knee, and then he broke Gucci's kneecap with the kick. This fight is going to be good, man. It's going to be sparks. It's going to be some excellent stuff. But I'm taking Kevin Holland here. He's shown the durability to be able to do. He's never been knocked out. He's shown the durability to deal with Michael Venom Page's power. Michael Venom Page is 36 years old, almost 37, and to me, he loses a lot of his sting after the first round. After the first round, in the second round, like against Lima, like he's not darting in and doing all this stuff. He loses a lot of his sting, and Kevin Holland don't. You know, he's going to keep that power all the way throughout. And I think that Kevin Holland could either knock him out here because he hits super hard or gets the decision. So give me Kevin Holland, and I do think he gets it done. I was watching a bunch of tape on that, trying to figure out what it was, how to take an angle on that fight. And I just see that, when Michael Venom Page ain't blowing people out of the water in that first round, these low-level guys, and he has to fight decently tough people, it's always a tough fight for him, and he's never fighting decently tough people like Kevin Holland. Douglas Lima he's a savage, but I thought he lost both their fights. Next fight is in the men's 130-pound division. We got Petr Yan versus Yadong Song. Petr Yan is 16-5, currently sitting at -140. 31 years old, 5'7", with a 67-inch reach. Yadong Song is 21-7-1, 26 years old, 5'8", with a 67-inch reach, currently sitting at +120. Peter No Mercy Yan, man, this dude's a bad mofo. His forward pressure is excellent. That's what I really like about him. He comes forward, he'll take your shots. He's defending most of them, and then he's going to start landing his own power leg kicks, power body kicks. He's got excellent boxing. Hits you with the kicks to the body and the legs with both legs, and just a well-rounded dude with excellent cardio. Last fight, yeah, he took a beating against Moroz, Philly, but I don't think we all knew exactly what kind of monster Moroz was or is going to be. The fight before that, I thought he beat the current champ. It was a very good fight, but I thought he clearly won the first and second round. The third round was pretty close. So I don't know how they gave Sean that win, but it was a good fight. And then the same thing with Aljamain Sterling, man, another really close fight, 5 rounds that went to split. I wish the O'Malley fight would have been 5 rounds, but to be fair, O'Malley won the third round. And he was looking really good in it. So I don't know if the 5 rounds would have helped him out. But looked good against Corey Sandhagen. That was on short notice when they flew to Dubai, so it is what it is. But Petr Yan is just a very well-rounded guy with excellent boxing. He's got good forward pressure, good cardio, good toughness, and good experience. He's fought everybody in the world. My only problem with him is he's not dangerous. He's not dangerous, and that's why he loses all these decisions, because he's not finishing guys, man. He's not Javid Basharat, because he does land some heat, but he's more volume, and he'll beat you up and like finish you later in fights. And then he usually takes the first round off and doesn't throw much stuff, as he's just taking in information on how you move, how you feint, what you do when he feints, and that can cost him in some fights. This fight, he's fighting Yadong Song, man. This kid is a powerful, explosive fighter, man. He's got powerful boxing. He's got powerful leg kicks. He's got a powerful left head kick. Showed great takedown defense against Ricky Simon, great cardio and toughness. Showed good toughness against Corey Sandhagen. Got hit with that elbow in the second round, the step-in elbow that split his eye open. He still fought tough, man, with a really crazy cut. And then he's got some sick knockouts over Julio Arce and Marlon Moraes. Was able to knock out Ricky Simon. Had a tough fight with Marlon Vera, and just a very tough, well-rounded, explosive fighter that's super strong. He's young. He's 26 years old. He's training at Team Alpha Male, and he's just a really good fighter. The only thing I didn't like is like against Sandhagen at certain points, man. After, he came out strong in that first round and half 2 rounds, Sandhagen started kind of taking over, and he doesn't do as good when he's backing up. So, and he's kind of meat and potatoes, he's not throwing a bunch of other stuff other than he's got a decent head kick, like I said, and he's throwing some 1-2s, some fast overhand rights and some power leg kicks, but he's really not mixing up a bunch of stuff. He does have excellent takedown defense. I don't think this fight goes around. I don't think either guy's taking each other down or holding each other down. I think this is going to be a striking match, and it's going to be a close fight. Neither guy's going to go away with it. I'm going to go with Petr Yan here. I know he took that beating last time, but I think that he's going to be the one coming forward, and I think that he's going to be able to take the shots at Yadong. I don't think Yadong finishes Yan, and I think that Petr coming forward and landing just big body kicks and stuff, he's going to put the pressure on Song, and I think that's going to get him the win. Probably will not be betting this fight because Yan takes that first round off, and if he loses that first round, he has to win the second too, and he's not a finisher. So I'll be staying away from this. I can't blame anybody for taking Yadong Song in this fight. Next fight is in the men's 170-pound division. We got Gilbert Burns versus Jack Della Matta Delana. This fight is going to be awesome. Gilbert Burns is 22-6, currently sitting at plus 115, I believe now. 37 years old, 5'10" with a 71-inch reach. Jack Della is 16-2, currently sitting at minus 140, 27 years old, 5'11" with a 73-inch reach. So you see Jack Della is 10 years younger, 1 inch of height and 2 inches of reach. Gilbert Burns, man, well-rounded vet with excellent experience, but he's just getting older, He's got good boxing. He's got really good leg kicks, and then he mixes that in with his wrestling and jiu-jitsu really well. He's got excellent cardio and toughness. the last fight with Bilal Muhammad, it sucked. He hurt his shoulder, you know, a little bit into the fight. And that's the thing, too, when you take the risks of betting these 37, 38-year-old fighters that's been doing this thing their whole dang life, man. They come in with injuries that you don't even know about and lingering stuff and just stuff that can re-aggravate at all times. He looked good against Jorge Masvidal, but that's the ghost of Masvidal. His fight with Neil Magny, man, where he got the arm triangle is very worrisome here in this fight for Jack Della, because we've seen Basil Hafez put him in an arm triangle in the end of the first round. And if there's 4 more seconds left, he would have got beat. And we've seen that with Ange Luce on the Contender Series too. But Gilbert Burns, man, world-class BJJ. He has good wrestling, good chain wrestling, good clinch. And then when he gets on the ground, he's very heavy on top. Like I said, you've seen with Neil Magny where he can just transition. And then if he can get you in that arm triangle, it's sick. He's good at taking them back. Excellent submissions. But he's only got really like 2 legit wins in 10 years. Like he's got wins over like the ghost of Tyrone Woodley, but his only, you know, he's only winning over like Kuchenko, Gunnar Nelson, Damian Maia, old Damian Maia, Tyrone Woodley. Then he beat Stephen Thompson, which was a good win. And that's about it, you know. And if you go back, like you got, you know, he really never was beating too many great people in the UFC, but he did get that title shot and he looked good at first against Usman. Jack Della, man, this kid's boxing's crazy, dude. Both power in both hands. He's coming forward, constantly coming forward, throwing boxing combinations, and works the body really well and just trying to get you out of there. He'll throw a 10-punch power combination, you know, and just back you up against the cage and just take off to the body, to the head, mixing it all up. He switches stances, which is phenomenal, and his jab from both stances are powerful. Like he dropped guys with that jab. Puts that pressure on guys. Like I said, the forward pressure is a lot. He gets guys that are going to have to scramble wrestle and just panic wrestle to get him down because the forward pressure and the power that he's landing. I did see, like I said, we seen against Basil Hafez. That was a tough fight. I thought he clearly won it though, because Hafez he shot like 19 takedowns and he only got 3 of them. And most of that was because Jack Della was trying to freaking jump guillotine. But other than that, Jack Della's got a black belt in judo and was, you know, doing pretty good hip tosses to stay away, like whizzing and getting out of some of the takedowns, and landed way more damage. In this fight, man, we've seen Gilbert Burns, like against Usman, get hurt with the jab and finished. We've seen him get hurt with the jab against Hamza. And them were all years ago, man. He's took a lot of damage in his career. I'm taking Jack Della. I say Jack Della gets this done by KO. It's tough to bet this fight, though, because like I said, if you go watch the end of the first round with Jack Della and Hafez, where he has him in the arm triangle and could have finished him, and then you go watch Gilbert Burns versus Neil Magny, Gilbert Burns is going to have way better jiu-jitsu than Basil Hafez. That's just the fact. So if he gets him in that same spot, it's going to be over for Jack Della. So tough fight to call. Next fight is in the men's 155-pound division, and this is going to be a banger. We got Dustin the Diamond Poirier versus Benoit, the God of War, Saint-Denis. Benoit, the God of War, Saint-Denis, my bad. Dustin Poirier, though, is 29-8, currently sitting at plus 145, 35 years old, 5'9" with the 73-inch reach. Saint-Denis is 13-1, currently sitting at minus 175, 28 years old, 5'11" with the 73-inch reach. So you see Saint-Denis is 2 inches taller, and the reach is the same, but Denise is 7 years younger. Dustin Poirier, dude, freaking well-rounded fighter. His southpaw striking is amazing. His boxing, some of the best in the game by far. Coming out of that southpaw stance, man, he's hitting you with the long jab, the long 1-2 with serious power. He's got pretty good takedown defense. He's got decent offensive wrestling himself. He's got pretty good black belt in jiu-jitsu. You've seen where he was able to get the rear naked choke over Michael Chandler. But what he wants to do is stand and bang with you, man. He throws power combos. He can end them with some nice body kicks, and he's been throwing that left head kick up lately too. He tried it against Gaethje a couple times, but it didn't work, and then Gaethje's worked against him. But dude, he got tons of durability, tons of cardio. He's very tough. He's fought the best people in the world. He's got KO wins over McGregor. He's got that sick win over Hooker, Holloway. Chandler win was sick. Justin Gaethje with punches, Alvarez with punches. He's fought and beaten the best in the world, and he's done it for a very long time. But, you know, his kryptonite's always been the wrestling, man. It's always been the wrestling. That's what Charles Oliveira is, a jiu-jitsu guy with good striking, but his wrestling was able to come through, you know, starting in the second round. Michael Chandler was able to wrestle him in the second and almost got him in the third. And had Poirier not reversed that last takedown in the third, he was going to get beat up. And he got taken down and held down the whole second round by Chandler and beat up pretty good in that. And them are things that worry me, you know, when he's fighting Saint-Denis, because Saint-Denis is a savage. This guy's striking seems to be improving rapidly. His last fight against Matt Ferrola, you know, we thought he was going to come in, take him down, beat him up and all that. And he tried to do that, and they went back and forth, and then he got up and lined up one of the most perfect head kicks you're going to see, man, and put Ferrola out. Before that, he threw a beating on Thiago Moises. I knew I said a couple weeks ago that Merab Dvalishvili probably has my my favorite fighting style in the UFC at the moment, but it's not. I realized after watching a bunch of tape, it's Saint-Denis, because he's the same thing as Merab, where he never stops coming forward, makes it in the grappling and the wrestling, except this dude is trying to murder, kill, finish you at all times. Like, he might have the best fighting style I've ever seen in my entire life, the most craziest. The dude's just got that fire. You know, he wants to finish you. And he's got the skills to do it. His jiu-jitsu is looking really well. He's so strong. He's huge. He's left southpaw, and he's going to be throwing them southpaw body kicks like he hit Bonfim with. He's very hittable with, and that's what worries me for him. He's fighting a dude that can put him out. This is the first guy that's really going to be able to put him out, besides Oleksijczuk dos Santos, but, you know, that fight should have been stopped. But Poirier has definitely got the power to put this guy out if he can stop the takedowns. So, man, this is going to be a filthy, dirty, grimy fight between two just savages, man. I got to go with Benoit Saint-Denis. I got to go with him, man. From what I've seen with his pressure, with his grappling, Poirier looked great, dropped Oliveira a bunch of times in the first round. And then in the second round, Oliveira just started wrestling, man, and just war on him, and then ended up finishing him early in the third round. I think that's what happens here. I think that he lands some good shots. He hurts Benoit a little bit, Benoit a little bit, and then Benoit starts wrestling, dude, and it just wears on Poirier, wears on him. But see, Benoit don't just chill like Chandler was. Benoit's going to try to kill you with ground and pound and submissions. We've seen Dustin get choked out a couple times against Khabib. We've seen him get put out against Oliveira. And I think that Saint-Denis gets the submission finish here too, man. But that's very risky, because we really don't know what we're getting yet against the highest level in the world. This is a big step up in competition. To go from Matt Ferrola to Dustin Poirier it's there's levels to this shit. There's levels, but I hope this dude comes through. And I like Dustin Poirier, but man, I want to see where Benoit Saint-Denis' career goes. Main event time. We got Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Vera 2. Sean O'Malley, 17-1, currently sitting at -245, 29 years old, 5'11", with the 72-inch reach. Marlon Vera is 23, 8-1. Currently sitting at +200. He's 31 years old, 5'8", with the 70.5-inch reach. So you see Sugar's 3 inches taller with 1.5 inches of reach. Sugar Sean, man, this kid is good. You know, his striking is phenomenal. He switches stances, and he's accurate. He's a sniper. He's precise, and he's got power. You know, he's got excellent movement. It's very hard to get in and take him down or any of that. You see him with like Aljo. Because he's always moving and switching stances, and he's very fast. And he's a big dude. He's 5'11". He's a huge dude for 135. Then, but his striking is so fast. He's definitely going to have a speed advantage here. He's going to be a little bit more accurate. I think he's going to be a little bit more powerful, to be honest, man. He throws a power leg kicks. What I liked in his fight with like Petr Yan is he was able to hurt Yan in the second, and Yan came right back and hurt him really bad. And he fought tough the whole time. And in the third round, he looked better. He busted Yan's eye open. He was hurting Yan. So it made me know that he's got the cardio. He's got that dog in him. He's got that toughness. And he's fighting Marlon Vera, where he's going to need all that, because Marlon Vera is a dog, man. He's a junkyard dog. He's got good striking. He's got good boxing. He's got good front kicks up the middle. Bad takedown defense, but he's not going to have to worry about that here. This is going to be a striking match, in my opinion. Vera already got the win over Sean O'Malley, landing a weird leg kick, and then Sean, you know, his leg went out, and Vera ended up. Sean kind of fell down a little bit later, and then Vera got on top of him, hit him with some sick ground and pound elbows, put him out. But yeah, man, this is going to be a really good fight. You see with Marlon Vera, he kind of takes the first round off just like Petr Yan to try to gauge what's going on, the movements and all this. And then he starts working his way into the fight in the second and third and fourth and fifth. Now, the 5 rounds to me, it definitely helps. It favors Marlon Vera, because it just gives him more time to catch Sean with something lucky, which I think is what he's going to have to do, because Sean's going to be the more skilled fighter. He's going to be the more skilled striker. He's going to be faster. He's going to be more accurate, and he's going to hit harder, like I said, in my opinion. But Vera takes all that stuff. He's super durable, never been finished, and he wears on people. And then once the other person slows down, like say like Dominic Cruz and Frankie Edgar, and then he kicks him in the face and puts him to sleep. He's got sick front kicks. He's got a really, really good jab, man. That's what he started tearing up Pedro Munhoz with, was that jab. So this fight is going to be really good, and it's going to be dangerous all over all 5 rounds. I know people are down on Marlon Vera too because he got beat up by Corey Sandhagen like that. But the thing is that everybody's got to understand with that is Corey Sandhagen had to mix in wrestling all 5 rounds in order to beat Vera. Like it wasn't just a no stand-up domination, you know, it was all 5 rounds of pretty much grappling. And I had to bet on Sandhagen as a big underdog. And every time it was standing, you're like, come on, take him down, because you know Marlon Vera is very dangerous. In this fight, I have to go with Sean O'Malley. He's a little bit bigger, right? He's going to be a little bit faster. He's going to put out a little bit more output. And I think he's just going to be a little bit more precise and beat Cheeto to the punch. Now, Cheeto's chance, like I said, is to get the KO. So I guess if you're going to bet Cheeto, I would bet him by KO, because I don't think that he wins a decision over O'Malley. Like I said, it seems like O'Malley's toughness definitely checks out, and then his cardio checks out. So he's going to have to catch him. So I think if you bet Vera, go that way. But I'm going to take O'Malley, and then you got to kind of take O'Malley by decision because Vera's never been beat. So I like Sugar Sean O'Malley in this fight. I don't know if I'm going to be getting around to betting anything on this fight. Like the line could get out of control. I don't think Sugar should be minus 250, to be honest. Not in a pure 5-round striking match. It's going to be a lot closer than people think. By you know, like the 3rd and a half, 4th round, like I don't think O'Malley is going to be moving around as much. And if these guys are just brawling, you know Vera has a chance to hit him. And it's going to be dangerous. Like I said, all 5 rounds of striking with Marlon Vera is a tough ask for anybody. But give me the champ to keep his title, and we'll see some more stuff, some more really good fights going on here in the future, man. I really appreciate everybody coming out, hanging out with me again. This was a long breakdown, but it was 14 fights, and it's 14 very in-depth fights of fighters we have a lot of information on, so it took me a little longer. 4-week winning streaks going up to 5. My birthday month is in March. Also, too, I'm going out to Lake Tahoe next weekend. Take my girlfriend out there for her birthday. So I'm going to do all my tape study for 2 events next week. And I'll still be on time with all my stuff. And like I said, check out the Layer Cake Patreon, because that's where you're going to get my early bets to beat all the line movement and then beat the bookies in the end with the winning bets. But that line movement is crucial to beat. So check that out. Links in the description. I appreciate everybody checking out my video, and good luck.